Now, thousands of people have lined the streets of Leicestershire to see the coffin carrying the remains of Richard III. The cortege will visit a number of sites the King visited before his death at the Battle of Bosworth. Phil Mackey is at Leicester Cathedral for us this lunchtime. Phil?
Yes, Christian, and the cortege is currently visiting those significant sites from the last few days of Richard III's life before eventually getting here for a service at the cathedral this evening. Now, it's a hugely significant and historic week, a very important one for Leicester, and it all began earlier on this morning at the Leicester University.
The beginning of his final journey, the last Plantagenet king. In a lead-lined coffin made by the descendant whose DNA helped identify his remains, Richard III will finally be given a funeral fit for a monarch. After years of dogged detective work, they found him underneath a council car park where a monastic chapel once stood, exactly where one historian always said he'd be.
I've actually been studying Richard III for more than 50 years, so for me this is the culmination of a lifetime's interest in him. I suppose it's a day that, no one could realistically have hoped would come to pass, but it has.
They're putting the finishing touches to the cathedral where a special service will be held this evening.
Huge event for Leicester. I think it's a huge event for the nation as this last king to have ever died in battle is finally reburied. We've looked forward to it and it's now come.
Looks like you've got a letter, Pete.
And some people are coming from the other side of the world. The seats were allocated in a special ballot. One lucky couple arrives later from Australia.
We both felt that it was just too good an opportunity, and really a pretty significant historical event was going to occur, and to be a part of it is just pretty good, really. It's great.
The cortege is visiting various significant sites, including the spot where Richard is believed to have been killed and the Bosworth Battlefield Heritage Centre. Then, this evening, there'll be a service at the cathedral, a fitting final resting place for a much maligned king.
Thousands of people are already in Leicester, many of them carrying white roses, obviously the symbol of the House of York, of which Richard III was the final king, the last Plantagenet king of England. There'll be a service, as I said, in the package there this evening. That will involve the Bishop of Leicester as well as the head of the Catholic Church of England. But from tomorrow, members of the public will be able to come into the cathedral to pay their own respects before that reinterment service next Thursday.